Hey everyone, thanks for stopping in today. Today we've got a snowstorm moving in later this afternoon. It's about 10:15 this morning, and it's supposed to start raining and then turn into snow, and we're supposed to get 5 or 6 inches of snow over the next couple days. So that makes our chores that we do for cows and stuff a little more difficult. So we're trying to get ahead today and get hay put out before all that hits. So we're going to be doing some of that, and I've got a person called me yesterday and they'd like to have a couple more totes of wood with this weather moving in, so I'd like to get those done today as well. And then I have some fence to repair between my neighbor and I, but got a lot to do today. Some wood, some fencing, and some haying, and hopefully we get it all done before the snow hits. So stick with us. Here we go. These cows, since they're so close to Kevin, and we've had one calf out here so far, I want to check the water on the backside of this pond. It's really low. We've had a really dry summer and a really dry fall into winter, and usually I calve these cows out in this big timber behind the pond so they can get in and out of the weather to have their calves. It saves a few calves every year, seems like, if the weather turns nasty and they can get in there and stay out of the wind. The wind really gets after them. But since this water is low and it's not flowing through this overflow pipe, there may not be water back here on the back side of this pond for the cows to water. I like to keep them back here so they can calve in this big timber back here as a bluff. Keeps them out of the weather. But we're going to walk down here and we're going to check, see if there's a natural spring flowing where I can water these cows and keep them back here to calve out in this timber. Usually that's where the pipe, the white pipe, is where the water comes out when the water's up and it's feeding through here, but it's pretty dry. There's a little water there, but that's not near enough to water cows in the wintertime, especially with below freezing temperatures coming and a ice storm and stuff like that. So I'd like to see quite a bit more than that. I might be able to bring them down this way just to get them through this cold snap. It's supposed to last, this is Tuesday. It's supposed to last through Sunday. It's going to get above freezing on Sunday. There's a little bit of water there. So I might be able to do it for 4 or 5 days. Good thing about these cows, used to your feed on your feed truck, you can take them about anywhere you want to go. And I'll run this spout down on the feed box where they hear that. That really gets them excited. Well, I'll stop and wait here for all of them to get through that gate. And once they get through that gate, then I'll move up a little bit more. They try to follow your truck on a straight line. If they come across a panel or a gate or a fence or something, they'll stop. So like this gate here, I don't want to take a hard right. I want to keep on going through. And so they'll follow me on through, and then I can turn around and take them back through that corner after I get them all through the gate. So we'll wait right here till they all get through the gate, and then I'll turn around and then they'll follow me north. But if I was to try to turn right at that gate that they're walking through right now, some of them would look at that fence and then not come on through. So once they get all through here, then I'll turn this truck around and I'll turn that corner and they'll follow me. So you just got to think like a cow sometimes, which is not hard for me to do with the brain I've got. This is where they'll follow me north at that gate. I'll have them in here where they can calve in this tall timber behind the pond dam, and they can get out of the wind if they decide to calve in this nasty weather that's coming. But once you take them somewhere, you need to kind of reward them. That way they'll always want to follow your truck. So once I get out here, I'll give them a little feed on the ground, and that way next time I want to do something with them, they'll be ready to go, and they'll think I'm going to feed them then too. So if you keep that scenario up, you'll always be able to take them anywhere you want to go. And there's a little bit more grass out here for them to pick on. I always like to wait on the rest of them to get here. Some of them are a little slower than others. And if I was to feed with this first bunch here, they would get way more feed than the ones on the back end that are just coming. So I kind of wait for them to get, all in one area, and then I feed. That way it's a little more even on how much each one of them eats. We'll go ahead and start feeding now. This is basically just enough feed on the ground to get them spread out where I can get a count on them and make sure I got them all in here. I don't want to shut something away from water. So this is a gooseneck hay trailer we have. It's called an inline hay trailer, and you stack bales on it in a line, and then when you want to dump it, you swing this arm around, and then the weight of the bales, it kicks it up, flips it over. Get this tractor going, and I'll get some of these bales. We get 7 bales on this trailer, and I need to take a load to Oklahoma, so I'm not running up and down the road all day long. I'll just take one load, and I'll need 6 more down there. I hauled 2 earlier, so I'll get this tractor fired up, and we'll load us up 7 more bales to make a single trip down there to put hay out in Oklahoma. Grab some of this grass hay here. Try to load one on the back first so there's weight to help us with the front end. These bales we bale up are pretty heavy. They'll weigh probably 1,700 pounds. We'll find this hay's kind of a fine grass hay, so the finer the hay, usually the heavier they are. Bringing out 2 bales at a time and loading them up. I'll go back and grab 2 more and put them on there. So we've got our 7 bales loaded on our inline trailer, and I'm headed to go pick Caleb up and see how he got along doing those totes. It'd be a lot easier if I take him with me, because this morning when I went down there to feed, all my calves were mingled in with my cows, which are supposed to be separate right now. The calves sometimes get to chewing on the chains on the gates, and they unlash the gates on their own. And this morning when I got there, they were all bunched together. They were all running together. So I separated most of them off. I fed, and all the calves come in, and I think there's 4 or 5 cows in there that we need to separate off, and then go ahead and put them with the ones that we moved earlier out north. In case they start calving, they'll be in that behind that bluff, the big timber where it's out of the wind. So I'll take him with me, and we'll get that stuff taken care of in Oklahoma, and then we'll be done choring for the day, and we can come back, and if he doesn't have those totes done, I'll help him finish those up. We'll get those delivered before the rain, hopefully, and move on to the next job. It looks like Caleb got one done there, and another one here, some pieces on the ground. So I'll take him with me, and we'll speed up my end of it, and then at the end of the day we can come back and finish this and get them delivered. So I do have another deal I need to go work on. I need to work on that hole in the fence. I forgot about it, but it won't take long. We'll drive 4 or 5 posts and wire it back up. Hopefully we'll get the cows stay in off the neighbor. So that's another job I forgot about. Hopefully we get it all done before the weather gets nasty. If we get done choring in Oklahoma and we get those 2 totes delivered, while I have that skid loader on the trailer, I need to take it to a pasture we have up north that my dad runs. He dumped a load of rock there at the gate at the entrance of that pasture. There's a pretty good sized hole there from just going in and out of there, and getting deeper all the time. So he grabbed my dump truck and went to the rock quarry and got a load of rock and dumped it in that hole. But we need to smooth it out, and he's probably going to need to get in and out of there in the next couple of days to put hay out for his cows. That's where his hay rings are at, so it'll be a lot easier for him to get in and out of there if I go spread that rock for him. He ended up working some ground on me yesterday and today ahead of this weather. He did a little farming for me, so I'm going to go trade him favors, and I've got to do that sometime today too. So when we get this chores done in Oklahoma and I get that wood delivered for our customer, I'll swing around there while I got the skid loader on the trailer and level out his gravel there at the entrance to his pasture. And then hopefully by then we'll be done for the day, but we'll see. This is the spot in the fence where my cows were getting out. So I'm going to prop it up. That'll probably do for that one. Anyway, Caleb's over there finishing up those 2 totes. And hopefully I can get this done and get it delivered. We got about an hour before dark. And here they are. I got two of them standing here already looking. Fed these cows a little bit in the lot so it'd give me time to work on this. And then I left the gate open. I figured they'd get done eating and go about their business. But these two ornery suckers came right back to the hole. So I don't know, we'll see if that fixes it or not. So this cow here, she's getting close. One of the main reasons I want to keep him off the neighbors, that's the right thing to do, but also she's getting close to Kevin, and I really don't want to have a cow with a new calf on another place. They're a little bit harder to get back home, so hopefully that shut them down. Here comes the rest of them. I'm gonna go check it out. So hopefully that'll stop them getting out of that hole right there. They got plenty of hay, and I feed them every day, so I don't know, they decide they want to get out and go check out and see what's going on the other side of the fence. But I'm headed back now to go see how Caleb's getting along. I'm gonna hook onto the trailer, and got about 45 minutes till dark. We'll load those two totes and take them to our customer, and hopefully can get done by dark. So here's the totes we're going to put on this trailer and get that to them before dark. Well, we got about 15-20 minutes daylight left. Caleb's in the skid loader. He's going to smooth this rock out for Dad here at the entrance of his pasture. We got quite a bit done this afternoon, and hopefully we got enough done to get us through the next 2 or 3 days. We don't have to do a whole lot with chores. I just assumed my cows wouldn't calve during this kind of weather, but usually this kind of weather is what spurs them on, gets them going. I'd say he's probably going to need another load in here. We'll see. He'll finish smoothing this out a little bit, and then we'll hit the road. But if you guys enjoy these videos, appreciate it. Hit the subscribe and like, share, leave us a comment, and we'll catch you on the next one.